So, apparently we have an edge case for our AI which someone found, and that is there is a few cases that, or well, there's a blind spot for the AI. So let's see what can we do about it, and if we can actually replicate it at first. So we actually did just that. So yeah, there is some edge cases that is saying us that the distances based on the attacks, and either the distance or the angle that is, will produce a blind spot, especially when you are behind him. So what we need to do in this case is to say that if there is no action snapshot taken into that, well, do something. Either get close to this, or get close to this guy, or rotate and see him. So this should be fairly, well, I'm guessing this will be fairly simple. So let's go and see. Last action. That's the detection for controller. Then we have our rotation. So inside update, we're checking if we have a target, if we have an agent, find a relative duration, okay. Yeah, so in the case that current action returns null, so in this case, we were saying relative direction.text. Now, the reason why I was actually doing this is for if you have actually root motion with this case, it will rotate your character. But let's put a debug log just to be sure that this is where the edge case is coming from, and if it is, then it's really simple to fix then, because all we have to do is make this guy rotate and look towards the target. Okay, and as we saw, it was really simple to actually replicate. So technically, if we just jump behind him, or if we just go behind him, it's being reproduced like this. Okay, so how do we solve this? Well, we should know if, well, I think we should just get close to him and rotate. That's about it for this. So let's say handle rotation. I'm guessing that you do have a target, so handle rotation will not be that off. Let's just pass the delta. We can remove that, and let's see how this is going to perform. I think for distance, we're probably already doing something if we find an edge case that there's no distance. And yeah, as you can see, we are actually just rotate him. Of course, we're not. No, that actually works just fine. Of course, he's not committed to the rotation, which could be cheesed easily, as we can see. And to solve that, we could play an animation that he's actually walking backwards. So he's not just rotating around, he could be going backwards. For that, I think we could directly add let's try to add on his own agent velocity. Of course, this will only move him without playing the animation. And when he's actually not doing much either. He's rotating, but he kinda... He's not moving, actually. Yeah, he's not moving. Let's see why though. I think we might be changing his velocity as well. Or we might not even using the velocity or the agent. The agent over here is set, checks the destination, and I think the agent already has that destination and that you're stopped. I think that's probably the case. I'm going to multiply this by 5, so he's actually going too fast. Okay, then I'm going to say debug.log agent.is active and enable, and let's also do agent.is stopped. Okay, so we should get a false and a true for this case. And yeah, it's a false and false. So that means he actually has his... I don't know why though. I don't know why the agent is disabled. It's disabled when we attack, because we use root motion, I'm guessing. But that doesn't make a lot of sense, actually. Why we did that? Oh yeah, okay. We did that because we were using... because he is turned into a physics controller, so you can actually fall below if you come close to us. And for whatever reason, we can't get up there. Okay, so probably, the fix we did wasn't really that perfect. He's also flying down. Okay, so we have a few things to fix. So let's take it one at a time. We need to know if... okay, so if the distance... I don't know. Let's say we do have the distance. So we're going to say if distance is less than the agent dot stopping distance, or let's make it less than or equals, then rotate this way. Okay, else just leave it, and I'm thinking this could be worked as well. Else he's going to try and get to the current target either way. So in here I'm going to say agent dot enabled equals true. So when we go far away now, he should be able to chase us, even if there's no other case. Otherwise, he's chasing along until he's reached on the position, and then when we are behind him, he will try and rotate while going backwards as well. That delay was from the animation, so doesn't matter. As you can see, he's almost... we're almost not even able to chase him. Of course, with the animation, with the proper animation and using root motion to move, that should be fixed. That should be no problem. Let's make him walk backwards as well when in this position. And that will be, let's say, -1. Yeah, let's try -1. Let's hit play. And yeah, that's actually pretty adequate for a result. Oops. Oh, okay. If we go behind him and further back, I think, okay. I don't know how and if we can cheese it. Well, it doesn't seem so. I think that will be fixed. I think that this is fixed, yeah. It's almost too hard, actually, to get behind him. Of course, we should make him rotate less slow. But the whole idea is, especially well for a boss at least, or something like that, you will use animations to rotate and move him rather than what the agent does. So yeah, I'm going to call this done. That delay, we know it's from the animation, because while the animation is playing and root motion is active, the agent gets disabled. Okay, so we know from that that's the attack. Let's see why we weren't able to get in here. I think it was just, well, we seem to be walking there far fine. Here it is. Apparently that should be our step height. Okay, so, well, sometimes when we're moving we are going there, so this is our step height, but well, the AI broke as well. I think it broke though because he wasn't able to see us. Or maybe not. Yeah, I think he's breaking now, or maybe not, because we're clipping inside the world. Of course, because he is on, his agent is disabled, he's flying. So let's check one thing more for the AI. We're going to fix that syncing problem later. It's not really that important. Let's work with the AI. So what I want to see is what happens when he is, yeah, okay. So when he's attacking, I see that we don't really do anything with the rigid body. He's just applying kinematic. He's not kinematic, so that means he's moving normally with physics. Of course, he's falling way too slow in this case, so we should fix that as well. I'll let him follow me up. Well, okay, before we do anything though, let's rebake, because I don't know if those problems are coming from the animation, from the logic we have, or from the nav mess. Okay, then let's take a look now. I'm gonna try and get up again. Okay, he's definitely stuck, but that could be due to the ragdoll. Let's check his ragdoll. Okay, so I think everything is set to trigger, so it's not the ragdoll. Then, well, with some effort he comes up. Okay, let's have him fall down as well. The way why he's flying like that? Okay, I think that the reason why he's flying like that is because the velocity we apply on the agent is, or it's not projected onto the floor below. So we need to be seeing if he does. Yeah, we're not doing a raycast, so let's create a grounded logic. Okay, some classic stuff that we'll do. Actually, for distance of, let's do, yeah, I think 2 will do. And for, actually, we need to do out raycast hit and 2. We definitely need to put a layer into this, because we do have our own controller and we do have our ragdoll and so on. So let's take a look at our own controller, and where we do this, let's ground it, true, ignore for ground check. Just going to copy this logic, put it here. Then on the controller as well, on the awake, we do have an init for this, and it's this one. Okay, then is grounded, ignore for ground check. Perfect. Okay, we return true, return false. Then I want to know the normal. Then inside update, we need to know 2 things. First of all, if you're interacting, we assign the velocity over here. But yeah, this kind of overrides the velocity, so we need to fix this. So we're going to say is, let's do this over here, and we're going to say if is grounded, then actually I think we need to know more if he's not grounded, and we're going to say its body dot velocity equals physics dot gravity by time dot or by delta. Okay, and then when we override that, we will say target velocity dot y equals its body dot velocity dot y. Okay, so now we will be adding any velocity we had on the y-axis, we will be adding it back to our target velocity. The other thing that we should be doing is on this exact, where is it? Set update, I believe. We should be target velocity meter hook delta position. Yeah, for this at least. Actually, I think we might not need this if we project the target velocity on the plane to ground normal. I think we shouldn't really need to do this anymore, because this will also have different values on the y. So let's take a look. Yeah, ignoring that, I think if we make this into a trigger, he's going to just jump across. But he keeps falling down, of course, because his collider is set to trigger. So let's try that again. We shouldn't really make the collider a trigger, because then the player could go just through him. So we don't want that either. That's probably a problem with the agent navmesh or something. I don't know, because the agent should have been able to go through that. But at least going down, he looks correct, even when attacking. And even when he will attack straight forward, yeah, he looks correct. Okay, of course, in the case that he will be jumping around, then that will be an issue. But at least he looks correct. Now the only problem we have is, of course, this case where he will be stuck over there. But we could just let the agent. I think it's kind of a tricky situation like this. Like, we could just let the agent move him without physics, but then you won't be able to fall down. He won't be able to walk just straight down, and so on and so on, if that's the case. We could have a check though and say that if he's further away, if the player is further away than X, so he's probably just walking a straight line, then switch to kinematic. Okay, that's all stuff that we can worry about later. For now, I think this is complete. At least we fix the dead end we had. Apparently, from the distance, we don't have the edge case because he's just closing the distance if he's that far away. And when there's no angle, there's not an attack which falls in that angle, then he simply just rotates around. He's not, yeah, he will walk backwards, I believe, if we are too close to him. Yeah, okay, he will try it. Yeah, well, I think it's, yeah, okay, I'd say good enough, to be honest. That's enough for this. So that's it for this part. As always, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, and if you like more circles around enemies, then consider supporting me on Patreon so we can keep making all of these cool things we are making. I'll see you next time.